Okay, y'all, we're picking up a bunch of trash out of the yard. A bunch of trash that was laying over here, up there, and getting it in a little fire here. Dug a couple more stumps up over there. They're putting in the bricks. I want to talk in Spanish. Y'all want to listen in English, so putting in some more bricks. Getting this side done. Trying to get our footing in. Trying to get our vinyl off. So we got a little bit of bricks to put in. Do that kind of stuff. They're over there doing that. Getting it all ready here. So we'll get to it here shortly. I'm walking around picking up trash, throwing it on the fire. Or not necessarily trash, but trash. Like all them sticks right there. They need to go. So I'll go over there with my little rake them up. Bring them over here and throw them on. Blowing a little black smoke for some reason. That piece of plywood was laying over there and it's soaking wet. So I flipped it up on there upside down where the dry spot was up, but it's pushing all the heat back down the ground. And there was a 6x6 pole right there. So I'm trying to get it burnt down flush with the ground. I made my fire on top of that 6x6. If you go back and look at the first videos, there was a 6x6 telephone pole there, or not a telephone pole, but a power pole. It was on a 6x6, and I had something down here. I don't remember if it was my track hoe or my skid steer. I had it down here, and I broke that thing off and put it on the truck. So I didn't necessarily mean to break it off, but that's what happened. I was trying to pull it up and it didn't come up. It just snapped off. So we're getting that burnt up, getting it cleaned up. We got some more down there to clean up, but I ain't gonna do that today. I'm just picking up around our work area here and getting it cleaned up and ready. Getting it looking better right around the mobile home here. So stuff like that there needs to go, but that probably won't be today neither. So we'll get it all done and get back with you. Okay, y'all, what they're doing, they're putting the string line here at the top of this brick so they know where the course needs to be. And then they're gonna find basically they know where that line is. So then they measure off it 4 inches so they know that's the bottom of the brick. And then they go another 4 inches. That's the bottom of that footing. So then they're gonna put a footing here 4 inches. So they're gonna be a foot down here. And then they're gonna go out to where the concrete's just about out of the ground. The 4-inch footing is just about out of the ground. Then they make a step and go down an extra 4 inches. And he's going to come basically from his line. He knows where that's at. So he knows he's got to be 8 inches. Then he's going to figure out how many more he's got to be to hit the ground. So last time it was like 4 inches. I mean, 10 courses there. 7 courses here. See, so he's 9 inches basically. So he's got to have another 4 on top of that. So and he's saying there is 12 inches. So they're trying to figure all that out. So basically you just figure out where you want to be, measure down, and they're trying to figure out exactly where to break it. So when they put that step, it's right at the end of a brick. They don't want to cut all the courses there. So they want to be able to run all the way through it. So that's what they're figuring out. So let's do that. And when you get up here to this step, it's going to be kind of a pain. All of them's going to have to be cut back just perfect. And you can see there on that brick, it's only going to be about maybe an inch, inch and a half thick there. So that's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but it won't be no problem. We'll get it. We'll get it handled. But we'll come back when they get the footings dug and I'll show you that. Okay, y'all, this is kind of stuff that messes you up and you don't even realize it. See that ground rod right there? I dug down beside it. I've got it about 8 or 10 inches under the ground, and we're gonna get rid of it. That's the kind of stuff that people never do. They just overlook it when they're building these remodels and stuff. And that was on an old telephone pole that was there, that is no longer there. So we do not need it. We're gonna cut it out and get rid of it. There's basically a store right here. There was another liquor store here. They got the power in from right over there, that green pole. So there was the liquor store in here, and they got power there, or they got their phone and all there. And they had some kind of power pole out here with the meter and all on it. And this was the ground rod. I thought there was supposed to be 2 ground rods, so I've been looking everywhere. There should be another one, but I can't find it. Evidently, they only had 1 on this one. But code is today you have to have 2 ground rods. So I don't know, either it's real old or they just passed it with 1. But anyway, I'm fixing to cut it off here and be done with it. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I went to pulling on it, and it started coming out of the ground. It's gonna come all the way out, I believe. It's 10-foot ground rod, and I just pulled it by hand out of there. That's crazy. As soon as I get that copper wire and it burn off there, I'll pull it on out. But that's just crazy to me. I'd have never believed that. That's 6, 7 foot out of the ground now. 6 foot. Just keep the fire pushed up, and it'll burn off in a minute, and then I'll pick it up. Copper's got a low melting point. That fire should get it there. Okay, y'all, we went under this footing, so tying both of those footings in, and we'll come down, and we're gonna stair step. We was a little short on concrete. They're making some more up. We've got all this done here. So we'll get this, we'll get the rest of that. You see there, we got 10, 11 inches wide, 12 inches wide, something like that. And basically, the only reason we're putting that in there is so the brick, you know, that small brick, it's not damn wobbling in there. It's got a good foundation it's sitting on, and it shouldn't settle. There's basically no weight on it. It's not weight bearing or nothing. It's just for the looks. So, but it can, if the house goes and settles a little bit, it will hold it. So all them piers, these piers in here are actually holding it, but at the same time, if the piers go to settle, all of it will settle down, and we don't want that. So this out here will hold it also. But we're getting there, getting there. So that's what we're looking at. Basically, we'll run over from here to here, and then we'll step up. So we'll do, I think it's 3 courses here, and then it goes all the way across. Or maybe it's 3 courses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7 over there. So yeah, there's 3 here, 3 up. Then it goes, the 4th one goes all the way, and then we've got 4 more on top of that. So that'll get us 10 courses. 10 courses from here to there, and from here to there it's only 7 courses, so we need to make up 3 here, so we'll make up a foot there in that. So there we go, and we think we might run out of bricks before we get done. So we're trying to figure out that issue, and it's not like we can just run down to the store and buy some, because there ain't none. We bought those like clearance type deal, so we got to figure that out. Now I'm wasting 20 bricks down in here underneath the dirt, so I might figure out a way to use some half bricks or some cut bricks, something. We're gonna end up doing something down there where we're not using our actual bricks. It would have been I don't know, maybe I bring concrete up another foot. That would save me 20 bricks, but bricks are $1 a piece. $1.25 a piece, something like that, for these bigger bricks. The smaller bricks, I've got plenty of the small bricks. I guess I could put those in there and brick it up with those, and then put the big ones on top where you can see them. I don't know. I ain't figured that out yet, but we're running low on bricks. We think we're going to be about 20 short. 20 bricks short on this back here. So we did find a ton. We pulled it out. So basically we're going to, I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned and see if we run out of bricks or we figure out a way to get around it. Okay, y'all, we're getting there. We got up past the level there. So basically we got 6 courses on this side, and we got 2 courses on this side so far. So so we come through the step, and this is their second course of all the way through. They just got the first course. That's the hardest one. And you can come over here and look and see how flat it is. Straight, or whatever you want to call it. There's the backside of the wall. Sitting on footing. We will backfill this when it dries up a little bit here. Also, we've got our next toy here. We got us a new MK Diamond towel saw, new to us. Commercial grade, yada yada yada. I got the water over there, so it's got a clean water source. I'm not running the tray on it. I do have the tray. The tray's over there on the truck. But we're not running the tray on it because we don't need to recycle the water, basically. I've noticed, I used to work in the rental department, and recycling that water in that tray always seems to tear those pumps up. So you're always buying new pumps and yada yada yada. I've always just put them in their own bucket over there and let the wastewater go in the tray. But since we're not in a spot where wastewater is a problem, like if you was in your house cutting it, or you was in the building cutting it, you'd want to catch all that water to keep it from running on the floor. But we don't care if it runs on the ground here. So it's sitting there. We're powering it with the generator. So we should be good. I did cut a brick a minute ago just to see if it cut it. This one right here is the one I cut. There's a nice clean cut on it. Cuts all the way through it. It's 10-inch. So I should be able to cut these 4-inch bricks, no problem. I think. I haven't put one up there to check it. Let's do that now. Put one up here and see. Yeah. I'll have room to cut it. Should be able to cut right on through it. So that won't be no problem. We'll get it cut. It's pretty big saw there, really, for what it is. It's about a horse and a half or something like that. Takes 15 amps. That generator is 7,000 watt starting watts, 5,000 running, and it wouldn't run. It's got 2 circuits on it. It wouldn't run the pump and supposed to plug the pump in up top here. It wouldn't run the pump and the motor at the same time, so I had to put it on 2 different circuits. So I got the pump on one circuit and the motor on another circuit, and it's running it fine. So we got that. They're trimming one. They're trimming it still with the Milwaukee. We're cutting them down with that. But what I'm worried about is when we get up here and we got to slice them thin. Cutting all the way through them. Kind of a pain in the butt. So we'll do it with the towel saw, just make it easier. They just chip them off like that when they go to lay them. So they get all them in real easy, quick. We've got some more mortar here. Set of batteries there. A couple more tools back there. If you notice, it's all red. But anyway, they're getting to it there. These bricks are normally half a brick will turn and go the other way. These bricks are 1 foot long, so it's 3/4. You turn and it'll go into 1 1/2. So you got to put a little piece. See that little piece there? You got to put that little piece in to make it where it'll turn. So we should be good. So we'll see what we can do there. Okay, y'all, what we did, you seen us on it, splitting them, splitting the brick. We was cutting them, we cut a little disc out, basically. Cut them 1 inch thick. We're gonna put a 1/2 inch of mortar underneath it, and a 1/2 inch of mortar above it. And we put it, we slide it in the hole there. Some of them's broke because we're cutting them so thin, but we're still using them just the way they are, and you can't tell the difference. So we put it in there. We put mortar on top and bottom of it. Basically, that lip comes out above, past flush, basically. So if you look, that lip is out further than the bricks are. So there's nothing you can do but cut the brick off. So we cut the brick off, and then we're gonna put a small piece in there. Then we're gonna put a 2 inch piece right on top of it, on top of that lip. So that should make all of our bricks the same height on the right and the left. The one actually right there, we're cutting out to make it a full brick over here, and it's gonna cut out and go in there. So it look a little different, but should be fine. We're gonna do the same thing over here when we get here. Once you put the grout line and all in, we basically we're trying to make up for 4 grout lines. So that's why it's 1 inch by 1 inch. And that piece of metal is 1 inch reset. So we can only go 1 inch thick instead of 4 inches thick. And we're having a little bit of mortar behind it when we do that at 1 inch. It'll actually take about 1.5 inches. We got a fire going over there. It is cold today, but we're getting slowly but surely. See there, we're up to the metal piece. Okay, y'all, it's probably gonna be hard for you to hear, but it's coming down to the wire here. We got the last 3 bricks on this side. Basically, you see what we're doing there? brick, we're basically putting veneer up there to, we're cutting them brick over there. We're cutting just the face off the brick to put in there because that steel beam has got us messed up. We did the same thing on the last one we did and it seemed to work pretty good. The only difference was we were using a lot smaller brick. So it took a lot longer to do it. These are going a little faster. So we can put them in a little quicker. Get done a little quicker. See him tidying up there a little bit here and there. If you look down that wall, it's flat. Now, I'm not saying this is perfect by no means. I'm not trying to get it perfect. I never try to get anything perfect. I get it to my ability. And that's what we're doing here. We're getting into our ability. You know, a full-on bricklayer would could probably do better. But I think this is plenty good enough for what we're doing here. That's how we're doing the front here around the tongue. You can see where that tongue was. We can't hide it. It's sticking out past the brick. I mean, there ain't much I can do about it. So I just went with it, with what we had there, and did it. So there it is. He's got 2 more bricks to put in, and we'll be good here. He'll rake it up, clean it all up, get it looking good. We'll get all the trash out of there. He's coming with the rake now. Basically fill in all of our holes there along the bottom. Cover up that footing. Basically make a slope away from the house with the dirt that we have here. The best we can anyway. And do what we can do with it. We had some big stumps over here we had to take out earlier. Go back and look at the beginning videos, there was trees growing all through there. We took all those out, about like trees growing all through there. We'll take those out when we get to it. We got a generator running up there and you see how he's cutting in slices. Cut that one last piece there. We'll be done with it. We'll be done with the generator and the saw. The saw worked good. We just bought that saw. I bought it this week, I guess. Ran down to Sumter and got it. I did not make a video of going and getting it, but I ran and got it, and it seems to work good. We've cut maybe 50 cuts on this job here. We needed it to do this job, so I went and got it to do this job. So, there you go. We're going to switch layers here. Let's see if the other bricklayer can get it. Look at him smiling. He's loving it. He's loving it. He didn't believe me that would work. The only other thing I could have done was come in here and cut that out, but I didn't want to cut it because, you know, one day we might need it. So I didn't want to cut it. Everybody knows they're there, so there's no need to hide it. So we just went with it, and you won't ever see it unless I pointed it out, you know. If we stand back here, once that mortar gets off them bricks, you'll never see it. Just like the front there, once it dries out now, you'll never see it. And if somebody's that picky and wants to look at it, they don't need to rent it. It's mine, you know. I don't really need to make anybody feel good. It's mine, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. So it's done. We got it. Looks good though, real good. He's putting in the line. He's got one of the last brick. He forgot one joint over here. He's got to come back and get. Yeah, it's gonna be good. He's got to cut one more there. Got to cut one more. Okay, y'all, there it is. After we braked it up a little bit, got it cleaned up. So that's what it looks like. Get that. Got this front all the way down like that to the front, and both sides are done. Took 3 days, 4 days. Took 4 days to do both sides in the front. Basically, took us a day to do one side with the footings, a day to do the other side with the footings, and a day to do the front footings, and a day to lay the brick on the front. So we're at 4 days right now. 2 guys. It's about 70 man hours or something like that. Maybe 80 man hours to do the front and the 2 sides, and it's an average of about 30 inches is about what it is on average. So the back is going to be 4 foot tall, about 48 inches. They're basically putting that there for that water running off that what they call a gutter on these things. Water's running off and hitting right there and washing out. So he's trying to get a splatter pad basically there to keep it from going everywhere, keep it from washing the dirt out. That's usually what they do with the leftover I can't think. Portland cement mortar mix, leftover mortar mix. That's what they do with it. They call it mescala. So I got that on my mind. I can't think of the English words. But anyway, they're making that. That's how many hours we got in it so far. Still got the back to do. It's an average. It's going to be like 42 inches or something, 43 inches all the way across it. We got to put in, I think I'm going to put in 2 doors. So I got to figure out if I've got enough brick to do the job. I saved a little bit there, but not much. Maybe 3 or 4 bricks there, doing it the way I did it there. So I'm trying to save every brick I can. The saw helped me out a lot because trying to make these cuts without breaking them is about impossible without a wet saw. So if we used a wet saw, we got it done, got them all cut. We're fixing to load it up and head to the house. But all these are junk. We'll bust them up and make brick chips out of them, put them in the flower bed out front. But that's for another video. We won't show that on this one.